know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Margot. Who do you have?
Welcome to Boy Party, the podcast that tackles cinema's most legendary team-ups. Films where two major stars shared the screen and battled it out for screen time. Top billing, the fatter Pajic, and the most acclaimed. My name is Lucien Daily, and I'm joined, as always, by my gang brother. He's the podcast boy, and he's back after being missing for 2 months. It's Shane Kelly.
Oh, you had me confused there. I thought I was gone for a while.
Well, why? You thought you were gone for 2 months?
Yeah. I was like, where was I?
Have
we not recorded in a while?
It's a Rumblefish bit. We haven't
Yeah.
recorded in a while.
Yes.
I was in Greece for a week. So, hola, amigos. And
I was in China for 2 weeks.
No, we've recorded since you were in China.
We've recorded
multiple
since
episodes.
China. That's true.
Pretty sure we talked about your China stuff on an episode.
We very likely did.
Whatever the one we did before was. The Odyssey episode.
Oh, of course.
And we've also just come back the last half hour from seeing The King of Comedy, the Scorsese classic. So we're kind of in the mindset of that film rather than the one we're talking about.
Yeah, so you might get several parallels drawn to that
Yes.
for just no other reason other than it's fresh in the mind.
This is the most last minute episode we've recorded in a really long time. We are recording this at 10 p.m. on the Monday night to be released at midnight. So it's a real, just coming in under the wire. But
No, to be fair, the two of us had watched this a good week ago.
Just a bunch of stuff happened over the weekend and it just got delayed. So
we're busy.
We're here today to talk about Francis Ford Coppola's 1983 film, Rumblefish, which stars Matt Dillon and Mickey Rourke. Two very, very different guys with very interesting parallel careers who were at the sort of peak of their, bad boy, heartthrob eras when this movie was made. I think this is a fun boy party to talk about. I think it's a really interesting mix of styles, era, and stars that is really kind of specific and unique, and there's not really anything else like it, and I'm a big fan. I first saw this film when I was doing a little Coppola deep dive right before Megalopolis was released, I suppose 2 years ago, and I watched maybe 8 of his films in about a week that I hadn't seen before, and I think this was the probably one that I was most taken with of the ones I hadn't previously seen, because to me it's kind of incredible to see a guy who just come off directing these 3 enormous epic films that are so big and massive ensemble casts and locations and Oscar wins and all of that, and he strips everything so far down here that if you watch this film you didn't know it was a Coppola film, you think it was made by a first or second time independent filmmaker. And I think it's such an amazing example of what someone can do to get back to their roots, and also
it's out of the Psycho playbook.
It's a little bit out of the Psycho playbook, but he's finding new cool tricks here that he didn't have in him before he made The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. It's a new cool interesting version of Coppola that he's finding here, and it makes me think, wouldn't it be nice if Christopher Nolan made a Rumblefish today? That after doing the big Odyssey movie set out in the wilderness with a big cast full of stars, what if he just went out in the streets of London with a black and white camera like he did all those years ago when he made Following, a couple of cool young actors, and he made a film that was right back down to basics but had a kind of a
you can just put a hyper focus on a specific element rather than trying to do everything all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which can dilute certain elements. Like the Odyssey is great. It's very good.
I think
but it's probably lacks specificity and things to like. What?
Keep talking. You said the Odyssey was very good, and I was like, "Are you joking?" But anyway, keep talking.
Sorry, I know, and I corrected myself. It is, it's good for what it is. Anyway, Rumblefish.
I just think it's a template that more big filmmakers today should follow.
I agree.
We talked about Michael Bay last week and how he went from making Transformers movies to making this $40 million thriller. But this is a more extreme example of just finding a book you love and turning it into something really, really character focused and getting rid of all of the fuss, and how you can kind of reveal a new talent to the audience as a result. I feel like you knew nothing about this when I told you we were doing it on the show.
Absolutely not.
So I'm interested in your fresh-eyed perspective on. I don't really know what you thought of it. We haven't talked about it.
No. You said there it's based on a book. I think maybe my biggest issue with this as a whole is that I'm not sure there is a whole lot of personality to the guys, in that like they're just kind of dumb and like fighting. Like I didn't immediately buy into the relationship as them kind of having anything unique or having these great revelations. Like I didn't see Mickey Rourke showing up as this kind of great sense of wisdom that's teaching Matt Dillon a lesson.
No, but it's completely subjective, and the story takes place through Matt Dillon's eyes. And I think in the subjective world that he operates in, Mickey Rourke's character is like Jesus to him.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's it. But I guess that's not. You're kind of trusting Matt Dillon's interpretation there.
You are,
but
I
think
think
Rusty James.
I think the film
say,
teaches
like,
you. I certainly think the film teaches you very quickly that you're seeing the world through his eyes, and that everything is being scaled down to his perspective, and that he is almost like a fish living in a tank with no escape, and that within the tank of fish there is a hierarchy at which Mickey Rourke has ascended in a way that he is just absolutely completely beholden to this brother figure who has developed notoriety. And like there's a number of scenes in this where Mickey Rourke is just able to take command of a situation in a way that Matt Dillon can't.
Yeah.
And the dynamic between these two brothers, as much as they're not maybe fully three-dimensional, well-rounded characters, which I think is what you're saying, they are archetypes of men in the world. And I think that the film is able to kind of graze upon so much to do with masculinity and the dynamics that exist with these actors and the performances they're giving, even if the characters as written are a little shallow.
Yeah, like I guess if you view this probably from an external perspective or from the perspective of another character in the film, even maybe the policeman character, like there's not a lot going on here with these guys. They're kind of wasters to an extent.
Like it really operates in a similar territory to My Own Private Idaho.
Yes.
Where you feel like it almost could be based on a Shakespearean text or something, because it's kind of ticking boxes of societal dynamics that have existed across hundreds and hundreds of years of storytelling. And like if you told me this was based on a play where one guy was a prince and one guy was the guy who went away to fight in the Crusades, you'd be like, oh yeah. Like it's a universal and kind of eternal narrative that the film is telling, but he's chosen this setting of like the streets of Tulsa to do it in. So he makes this right the same year that he makes The Outsiders. They're both based on S.E. Hinton text. Now, S.E. Hinton is a female author, and I think this is a really interesting story about young men written by a woman. And I think that often these stories that I'm drawn towards that tell stories about masculinity and the dynamics between men, another case of this being The Last Duel, has a strong female authorial voice. And he, I think, was making The Outsiders first, and then he, I think halfway through The Outsiders, kind of lost interest and realized that this was going to be better. Because
were they being made simultaneously, or this was kicking off at
this? He started shooting this the second The Outsiders finished. Basically, he said he started using Rumblefish as his carrot for when he finished The Outsiders.
Yeah,
it really seems like he kind of got distracted making The Outsiders and was like, "Oh, Rumblefish is actually a bit better. I should have made this all along."
Yeah.
So he just made it as kind of an apology, or not an apology, but like to satisfy himself.
Yeah.
I watched The Outsiders the other day. The Outsiders has quite a cast. It is a Coppola film I put off watching for years because honestly the title kind of pisses me off. I really don't like the word misfits, and I don't like the word outsiders. To me, it just screams generic story about
it's telling you these people are interested without kids. Showing you. It's like look at them, aren't they interested?
And The Outsiders just has a bit of a Stand By Me and a bit of a St. Elmo's Fire vibe from a distance. Not least because Rob Lowe is in the picture.
Sure.
But quite a cast in this one. You got Matt Dillon, C. Thomas Howell, very good in the lead role, Ralph Macchio, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, speaking of St. Elmo's as well, and a certain Mr. Tom Cruise, who has crazy teeth in this movie.
Yeah.
Then you also have the teen pop star Leif Garrett. I once watched an hour-long documentary about Leif with my parents, which is an interesting watch. Yeah. And both appear in Rumblefish, Tom Waits and Diane Lane. So he kept a lot of the people from The Outsiders, brought them into Rumblefish. Matt Dillon's role in The Outsiders is the reverse. He is the cool older brother.
Okay.
He's like not an older brother, but he's an older figure within the gang culture.
Yeah.
They're very similar, but this is so much better.
Yeah,
And,
I've only seen the poster of The Outsiders.
The Outsiders is cheesy and in color and has loads of pop songs in it.
But I was actually quite surprised that when I saw the dates in these, they were the same year.
crazy.
Matt Dillon looks quite young on the Outsiders poster, and he looks...
Well,
he was only 18 or 19.
He was very young, yeah. Because he's
quite incredible.
Still young today. Like,
I looked this up. He is one day younger than my father.
Yes. He's in the age range of both our parents. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy because like Mickey Rourke looks like 20 years older than my parents, and Matt Dillon looks much younger. But he's like the cool older guy in the gang, and the younger boys are like, "Oh, tell us what to do, man." Yeah. The Outsider is largely based on these two young guys in the gang who accidentally kill someone, and then they basically run away, are in hiding, but then they end up saving a bunch of kids from a fire in a school. But the Ralph Macchio character gets like horrible burns and ends up in hospital. A lot of it's about that.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I did enjoy it. I watched it on a plane the other day. It has a lot of like Elvis music in it and stuff. So it's a lot cheesier than this. Yeah. It's a lot less of like a poem than Rumblefish. They are actually an interesting pair because I feel like they feel like completely different filmmakers made them. Yeah. One is more of a Rob Reiner, Spielberg type film, and one is more of a fucking indie film. And but Matt Dillon actually demonstrates pretty good range, I think, because he's not always an actor, I would say, has a lot of range. But I think between these two films, he does give quite distinct performances when he's in the two sides of the dynamic. But Rumblefish is based on another one of Hinton's novels. The plot is that Dillon plays Rusty James in Tulsa, and he lives in the shadows of his older brother, who is a notorious figure in local biker culture called the Motorcycle Boy, who I believe has brokered peace between the gangs. So he is the John Hume of Tulsa, and they have streets named after him and stuff. But now that the truce is starting to, the gangs are getting there's heroin everywhere. The gangs are starting to fight again, and Rusty James is trying to live up to his brother's reputation. Yeah. Mickey Rourke returns as Rusty James is involved in a fight. And it's this big moment of Christ arriving on a motorcycle.
It's very biblical.
And Mickey Rourke's character in this film is just so fucking cool. He's the coolest guy ever. He's like, yeah, man, thanks so much. He has such an insanely gentle voice, and he's just like so nonchalant. He's so cool. One of my favorite scenes is when he shows Matt Dillon that he's got his photo taken and he's in a magazine. Oh yeah. He's like, look at me there now in the magazine. Yeah. And Matt Dillon's like, no way, man. I'm going to show this to all the guys. And he's like, absolutely not, brother. No, don't show that to a single soul. I just love the kind of like bonehead versus the kind of the gentle poet thing.
That's very similar to your Michael Jackson impression.
It is very my Michael Jackson impression. But I think Mickey Rourke in this movie has this like crazy, gentle way of talking. It's so unexpected. First time I watched this movie, I did not cop it was Mickey Rourke for like 45 minutes. Yeah. I was literally thinking to myself, when is Mickey Rourke going to show up? Yeah. And then I was like, oh, that is Mickey Rourke.
I had something similar where I put it on and I was like, oh yeah, we're doing this in the podcast. Who's the other guy we're doing?
Yeah. You said he looks a bit like Bruce Willis.
I think so. I thought it was Bruce Willis for a second when he popped up.
I think he's more interesting in this movie than Bruce Willis has ever been. I don't think Bruce Willis could do something this kind of like zen. I don't know. Bruce Willis is just kind of always doing his kind of tough guy thing. I don't think Bruce Willis is that amazing of an actor. I think he's great in Moonrise Kingdom.
I thought he does a lot of that kind of half mouth, side of the mouth open kind of.
He does, but in a more Sylvester Stallone kind of forced way.
Somewhere in between.
But I think Rourke is amazing in this. And he reminds me a lot of Sam Rockwell as well. Sure. But again, Sam Rockwell can't do this kind of like Sam Rockwell would hit the words a little too much. That's not how Sam Rockwell talks. But anyway. So a lot of the movie is just them hanging out, but this film has this like magical realist thing in it that I go nuts for.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredible stuff. So there's first of all, within 5 minutes, the fish are in color.
Yes.
Fucking brilliant. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. So much better use of color in a black and white film than, for example, the coat in Schindler's List. So good. Then you've got Matt Dillon sees Diane Lane naked on top of a bookshelf in a school classroom while he's trying to engage with school. And then he sees her somewhere else later on. He's working in a factory. And she's up on top of one of the machines. and then he.
Why is he's just like realizes he likes her? Is that
I
it?
guess so.
Or there's
he's just fantasizing about
Yeah.
her. It's just he's adapted the book, which obviously has these little flights of fantasy and daydreaming and stuff. But he's just adapting them in like an interesting visual way.
Yeah.
Which I think, again, My Own Private Idaho had a lot of that, where I'm just like, oh, how refreshing to take a story that could be so normal about biker gangs, brothers. Like, this is like fucking Sons of Anarchy shit.
Because I was really trying to picture when you said that this is based on a novel. Like, what's even described in the novel?
I'm guessing. So the novel apparently is told in flashback form. So
Okay.
There's a section on Wikipedia that says changes from the novel. There's a flashback structure in the novel. In the novel, Rusty James and the motorcycle boy are 3 years younger than they are in the films.
It's 25 and 19 here, or 23 and 19.
Yeah, they're
Sorry, he's in school, I suppose.
They're younger in the novel.
Yeah.
In the film, the motorcycle boy is more paternal and attentive towards Rusty James.
Okay.
Rusty James uses a bike chain to disarm Biff, whereas in the film he uses a sweater. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Biff slashes Rusty James with a knife rather than a pane of glass. Motorcycle boy's self-destructive behavior at the end is less motivated in the film than in the novel. Most of these are just narrative changes.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's told in first person from Rusty James's perspective, and that a lot of those, like, seeing the girl in the classroom and stuff are probably just, things he's imagining. But I think it takes a director with a lot of fucking confidence to throw that kind of stuff into a very, like, macho story and to be like, here's some, like, weird magic stuff. Like, what do you think of this? And then, of course, I love the scene where
He dies.
and starts ascending and floating around, and he's like doing little twirls, and he's looking down at the scene. Oh, it's just brilliant.
You can get away with a lot of magic in kind of when you're in black and white.
Yes,
because
you
the
can.
entire thing doesn't seem to exist in reality. In any way.
But it's so stripped down. There's like it. Another film it kind of reminds me of in terms of the sets is Sidney Lumet's The Wiz.
Okay.
Which I don't really like, but is a Wizard of Oz. You know, it's like The Wiz is basically like what if the Wizard of Oz was set in like a black ghetto, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson's in it. And it's all shot on these like enormous sets that are meant to look like street corners and sidewalks and skate parks. So it's just these like big brick wall sets with like skate ramps in front of them. And they do like big musical scenes in those. A lot of this film just takes place on both locations, but also like constructed sets where you're just like, there's no extras. It's real eerie, and it just feels very artificial and theatrical in a way that I really like. And I think that just kind of lulls you into this weird hypnotic thing.
It's got a stage play thing to it that, like, I guess a lot of these kind of ruffian gang.
Yes.
Like, is West Side Story a bit?
West Side Story is like this,
a bit
too.
like this.
But what this doesn't have is it doesn't have any kind of like annoying moralist bullshit in it of like, stay away from drugs, kids, stay away from guns. Like, it's just got like Tom Waits showing up like doing his few minutes, and I feel like it does not feel like an after school special. It actually feels like an interesting piece of character study. I think
setting it in somewhere like Tulsa as well, like it's not in New York. That's probably trying actively to prevent this sort of, like, these are very much forgotten guys probably in a poor state,
100%,
where the resourcing isn't there, so there's not even going to be an attempt to help them.
Whereas in West Side Story it's like the big characters in the New York gang world. The supporting cast here is a great bunch. You got Dennis Hopper as the dad, who's so great. He's only in a couple scenes, but I love every bit he's in. And then one of the first people you see on screen, Nicolas Cage. Very young Cage, obviously working with his uncle, Francis.
I think that's why I was mildly confused for a minute. I was like, are we doing Cage again?
Yeah. He's in a bunch of these. He's in a bunch of Coppola films around this time. He's also in Peggy Sue Got Married, which is great. And then Chris Penn is the kind of heavy guy. I just watched Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar last week, a title that you can really change the syntax every time you say it. And
title which you don't know when you're finished saying the title.
No, exactly.
I finished watching last week as part of the title.
Yeah, exactly. He's in that, and he's really scary in that, but he's a great actor. And then Lawrence Fishburne, Lawrence Fishburne.
Absolutely.
And Tracy Walter, who is officially now has somehow already overtaken Matt Damon for the most Boy Party appearances. Tracy Walter now up to 7 Boy Party movies, I believe.
Very good.
And Tom Waits, as I mentioned, and Diane Lane, who is so good in these movies. I wish Diane Lane, the adult actress, had lived up to her potential as a child actress, because she's in A Little Romance, which is such a great film, and then she's in this, The Outsiders. She's a great teen actress, and then I feel like I'm not really that interested in Diane Lane as an adult, but she's really good in this. but I'm mostly interested in the two leads.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon, who I've met, and we talked about him. I feel like it's a good bit on the "There's Something About Mary" episode of Adam and Ben.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we like ran through his career, but we definitely talked about him a little
funny
bit.
that he's in like a Stiller comedy.
He's a very random career, like a very weird guy.
Very strange.
I'd say among the living actors we've talked about on Boy Party, I'd say he ranks very, very low in name recognition among Gen Z and young people today. I think he is borderline completely forgotten by young audiences today, bar a couple of appearances in films here and there. But like the movies he's in are not necessarily the movies that young people watch today.
No.
I imagine Matt Dillon could walk down the street in most major cities without people bothering him.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy given that he is an Oscar nominee and is the star of many, many very successful, very good films.
Yeah.
But he almost kind of has the fame level of like an Irish character actor rather than like a Hollywood name. It's interesting. Him and Mickey Rourke are two interesting parallel careers, as I mentioned, because it is the ultimate, is it better to burn out or to fade away? You've got Mickey Rourke, who every teenager knows because he's such a public menace.
Yes.
And you've got Matt Dillon, who no one knows anymore or thinks about because he has just allowed himself to fade into obscurity.
No,
Voluntarily somewhat.
Yeah, I feel like the career Matt Dillon could have had is what Ethan Hawke picked up a few years later.
This is true.
And I find him generally thinking, watching Matt Dillon a lot of the time, is like,
I wish it's Ethan Hawke.
I wish it's Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
He kind of exists halfway between Josh Brolin and Ethan Hawke, where it's like,
I would also say halfway between. You're right. There's a few people. Mickey Rourke, I was going to say, is his issue is that he's not Sean Penn enough to be Sean Penn.
Yeah.
But he's too Mickey Rourke to be anyone else.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a public menace actor of that kind, you've got to be the one that is showing up to work and doing the work like Sean Penn does.
Yeah.
They're about the same age, and Sean Penn ultimately came up from behind and stole Mickey Rourke's Oscar in 2008.
you never want Sean Penn coming up from behind.
No, or Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was the front runner for Best Actor that whole season for The Wrestler, a film in which he is tremendous.
Yep.
A really, really, really unusual case of Darren Aronofsky directing a really good performance by an actor in a comeback role. The other time it happened, they were successful in getting the Oscar.
Yeah.
The Wrestler is 100 times better than The Whale. Let there be no mistake. But Mickey Rourke, but Sean Penn comes along in Milk, I would say marginally even better performance, and wins the Oscar. And it's like hard to be mad because Milk is such a good film.
Yeah.
But like it sucks because Mickey Rourke, I think maybe it would have saved his life if he won that Oscar. I think Mickey Rourke was so desperate for affirmation. And I think winning the Oscar would have just put him in on a slightly more interesting direction with the roles and would have kept his career going in an interesting direction a little bit longer instead of him becoming spiteful, resentful, and just sort of making a lot of bad decisions, both professionally and personally. That has led to where he is today, which is a Celebrity Big Brother contestant who was fired off the show and only paid 10% of his fee after getting into a massive homophobia row with the beloved teen star Jojo Siwa.
Yeah.
My coworkers in the job that I just left were updating me on Jojo Siwa. Do you know she is still in a relationship and is now engaged to the man that she started cheating on her girlfriend with on that show after Mickey Rourke was bullying her for being gay?
Yeah.
And she was telling Mickey Rourke, oh, it's my girlfriend is back home, da-da-da. Then she became really intimately involved with a man on the show, and now they're engaged. She dumped her girlfriend the second the show ended, and now they're engaged.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Do you think Mickey Rourke's going to be at their wedding?
He's going to officiate it.
How many slurs can you say in a vows at a wedding? It's a straight wedding, so he has no excuse.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I'm not answering that question.
I know what you're right about the Matt Dillon, Ethan Hawke thing for sure.
Yeah,
He's more Irish than Ethan Hawke though. He's proper Irish.
Matt Dillon?
Yeah. He's his proper like Irish parents situation.
Yeah, Dillon, I guess.
And his brother, Kevin Dillon, a man you would recognize if you saw him. Kevin Dillon is the Donnie Wahlberg to Matt Dillon's Mark Wahlberg. He's kind of the less handsome, weird-looking version.
Yeah.
Kevin had a pretty good career too. He's in Platoon and The Doors and all this stuff. Both of them came to the IFTAs several years ago. Matt Dillon came to the Galway Film Fleadh. And then in 2008, about 2 years after he was at the Galway Film Fleadh, I was at the opening. This is you can clip this sentence, folks, if you want me to sound like a little snobby child.
Sorry, what was the phrase you used on City Sickos recently? This is where I do my wankery spiel.
Yeah,
for
this is
10
where I do
minutes.
my wank corner or something.
My wank corner. Yeah.
In March 2008, I was at the opening of a Chantal Ackerman exhibition at a gallery in New York with my parents. The late, great Chantal Ackerman.
Of course.
And
the Rumblefish Boys would never.
Yes, and I was there, and Matt Dillon walked in.
Yeah.
And my mother went, "Oh, there's Matt Dillon." Yeah. And Matt Dillon, by virtue of having been at the Galway Film Fleadh 2 years earlier, felt like, actually, to me, at that age, a very accessible celebrity. I was like, oh, sure, it's Matt Dillon. I'm aware of him.
My friend from Galway.
Yes. I had not seen him in any films.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw him in any films for a number of years after that. Because Matt Dillon, despite having actually starred in 2 family comedies in the 2000s, was not really making movies I was watching. But we went up and chatted to him, and my mother said, I believe, something on the lines of, "This is my son Lucien. He's a big fan of your films." And Matt Dillon looked at me like, "Buddy, you and me both know you haven't seen any of my films." "Hey, nice to meet you, kid. Great work here, isn't it? Oh, lovely to meet you. I love Galway. Galway's great." So that was my interaction with Matt Dillon. I recall him being very nice, very chill guy. Showed up on his own to a Chantal Ackerman exhibition. Does that not scream cool guy?
It does.
That's cool.
It does.
What a cool guy.
Yeah.
So, and I've done the timeline. I think he was filming Old Dogs with Travolta and Robin Williams at the time.
Oh, God.
So he's the bad guy in that.
Sure.
He did he cashed his checks in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's teen breakout. He's in 3 of this author's adaptations in the same stretch.
Yeah.
Tex, This, Outsiders. Then a bunch of other things where he's like the cool bad boy. Gus Van Sant's right before Own Private Idaho, Drugstore Cowboy.
Yes.
Which I watched. Not as good as that. Similar movie. It's him and these 3 others, and they're basically driving around robbing the pills from drugstores, getting high. They're doing heroin. It doesn't go off in a dreamy enough direction, really.
There are no half-hour drug sequences.
No, it's a little bit too kind of straightforward. But he is very engaging in it.
Yeah.
Then Singles, the Cameron Crowe movie. It's a big ensemble thing. It's about a bunch of young people and their relationships, and he's like the cool fucking rock star guy with the long hair and that. You've got a lot of random shit throughout the 90s, but I did watch a very bizarre movie called Wild Things. The plot of Wild Things. What is the year on this movie? Actually, it's not coming up here. 98.
98.
Okay, the plot of Wild Things is that Matt Dillon is a college career guidance counselor.
Yeah.
And he is accused of sexual assault by a student, and her friend backs up her story. And it goes to court, and Matt Dillon hires Bill Murray as his lawyer. And Bill Murray is a buffoon lawyer.
Of course.
And they are in court, and Kevin Bacon is a cop who is kind of observing. And the movie's at like 30 minutes, and it's a 2-hour film. And the court case wraps up, and they go, Bill Murray like interrogates the girls until one of them admits that they actually made up the story.
Yeah.
And their parents are humiliated. Their parents are these local multimillionaires. They're so embarrassed. How could you lie and accuse your guidance counselor? What the fuck were you doing? And then Matt Dillon goes back to his house. The girls are at his house, and the 3 of them go, ha, got their ass. They ran a fake sexual assault trial to get money from the girls' parents when Matt Dillon sued the parents for the false accusation. Okay. So Matt Dillon and the girls were in cahoots.
We're splitting the settlement from the parents. Very good.
Interesting twist for a movie to have.
Yeah.
So I was like, so it's not really a false accusation movie, because I was a bit worried. I was like, I don't like where this is going. No, I thought it was a fun twist. And then basically the second half of the movie is basically that one of the girls is basally not as in on the deal as the other 2. So Nev Campbell and
it's thankfully a heist that can only be pulled based on a system of we will ruthlessly interrogate young women.
Yes. But Bill Murray is doing that, and he's very good at it. I found Matt Dillon very well casted it. I think Matt Dillon as like sleazy but not as bad as they say he is at the start of the film guy who's like with these kind of like 21-year-old girls. Very, very, very well cast in the film. I thought it was a very good use of his whole thing. That's actually the same year as Something About Mary, which he's very good in. We did a whole other episode about that film, folks. Indeed. Go listen to it if you want to hear talk about that. And then 2004, his one Oscar nomination for Crash. And in Crash, he plays the cop who sexually assaults Thandie Newton, and Terrence Howard is like, fuck you, you touched my wife. I can't really remember what he does in that film that got him that Oscar nomination. Frankly, I can recall at least 3 performances in that film better than his.
Yeah.
I think that Michael Pena is very good in Crash. I think Brendan Fraser's pretty good in Crash. I think that Cheadle is very, very good in Crash. So I don't understand why Matt Dillon got the Oscar nomination. I guess they just pushed him because they felt like he was hot in that moment. I don't know.
Potentially, yeah.
I do like Crash more than most people, though. I think Crash is like a fun watch, but his storyline is pretty miserable in that film. Who did he lose the Oscar
in 2004?
In 2004.
For supporting actor.
Supporting actor. 2005. Of course, Crash's accolades have to have their own Wikipedia page just to make things nice and complicated. Okay. Best supporting actor nominees that year were George Clooney wins for Syriana, Giamatti in Cinderella, Gyllenhaal in Brokeback, and William Hurt in A History of Violence. Wow, that is some bunch. That's a really good Cinderella Man, I should say. That's a really good bunch. Okay, he loses to George Clooney, who only has that one Oscar, so we won't take it away from him. Cashes in that check by doing Herbie Fully Loaded, where he's the bad guy, and by doing like a couple years later, Old Dogs.
Sorry, what year was the Mickey Rourke Oscar loss?
That's 2008.
Oh, it's a bit later.
3 years later. He does a Bukowski adaptation. Both of these actors, actually, Rourke and Dillon, have both played versions of Charles Bukowski in movies.
Okay.
In Rourke's case, it's in Barfly, which I haven't seen. In Dillon's case, it's in Bukowski's Factotum. The only Bukowski book I've read, a friend of ours has a Bukowski tattoo, and I was like, oh, I should probably read a Bukowski book during COVID. I know a lot of people really don't like Bukowski. I read Factotum. I thought it was actually pretty good. I was turning them pages during lockdown, and I watched the film. I thought the film was pretty rubbish. And then his one big kind of weird mainstream comedy he stars in is You, Me, and Dupree, the Russo brothers movie with Owen Wilson and Kate Hudson, where he is the straight guy brother to Owen Wilson, or the best friend.
Yeah.
I've never made it through that film. It looks dreadful. I really have no interest in it.
He just doesn't. He's too straight to be in these comedy things.
Oh, he is. He's too straight. He's a very serious guy.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke has a bit
incredibly
more
serious
silliness to him. Then that's it. That's the end of his. He doesn't really make any more studio films. Nothing But the Truth, which is a Rod Lurie movie. Takers with Hayden Christensen. You got Pawn Shop Chronicle, The Art of the Steal. These are real fake movies. He has a supporting role in Zach Braff's Going in Style with Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Then he's in Capone with Tom Hardy. And then he's in Asteroid City for about 30 seconds, which is nice. I'm glad he worked with Wes Anderson.
Connection to have
the mechanic. It's a good connection to have. We were in the cinema tonight and we saw the trailer for I Play Rocky, where he plays Sylvester Stallone's father. I think that might be the first time that Matt Dillon's face has been shown on multiplex screens in a trailer since 2009. Like, I really don't think that Matt Dillon has been in a trailer shown in Cineworld since Old Dogs.
Yeah.
Which is just so funny.
Yeah, that's
he did play Marlon Brando in a movie last year.
That kind of checks out.
Yeah, but the film was about Maria Schneider. Now, there's one big Matt Dillon project I have to talk about. Firstly, he is in the music video for Fairy Tale of New York. He's the cop that drags Shane McGowan out of the bar.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's 4 years after Rumblefish.
That's very...
So that's a fun use of him. 2015.
Sorry, maybe that's why I have such an image of him as a policeman in my head as well.
We have a very rare case this week where Shane went and watched a film that Matt Dillon was in that I have not seen of his own volition and can now tell you about it, and I haven't seen it. And that is Lars von Trier's The House That Jack Built.
House That Jack Built. And this pops up very highly on Matt Dillon's order of popularity of films on Letterboxd. I think this is number 2 or 3.
It's like his only lead role in a real movie in the last decade.
And do you know what? I found it a bit of a chore. Lars von Trier, haven't seen any of his other films.
Yeah, never gotten into one.
He is unfortunately falls into not unfortunately. Some of this stuff is good, but he falls into the category of old man bullshit that I think we discussed about Cronenberg.
Yes.
I'm not going to rehash the
kids these days.
Kids these days. Yeah, but this also falls into a couple of issues of chapter crimes that I hate, where it has 5 different distinct segments.
Nothing drags more than
there
that.
is a Talking Head song that kicks in at the end of every segment.
Is it Psycho Killer?
No, it's I don't know which one. I can't remember which one it is. But it gets kind of repetitive.
Burning down the house that Jack built.
I think it is burning down the house
That Jack built.
that Jack built.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a narrative throughout that he's building this house and he can never finish it because he can't decide materials or design or something, but that never really gets...
Like Coleman Domingo in Disclosure Day.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And Uma Thurman is in it.
She is.
Well, that's always a good sign.
She is. You saw her in the trailer.
Yeah,
She's the blonde woman who he kills first.
Yeah.
With the Jack, ironically.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, my biggest issue with this is that it is entirely from the perspective of Jack.
Yes.
And he, in the opening minutes, is like, I'm a psychopath and I just do these things.
Right.
So then for 2 hours, you're watching him commit his various crimes while he is, every now and again, it cuts to a voiceover that you don't see of him having a discussion with the guy who plays Hitler in Downfall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Victor or something.
Yeah.
And throughout this, they're discussing art. Eventually, it escalates to cutting to clips of the Holocaust. And trying
Lars
to...
von Trier is obsessed with the Holocaust.
He is. And I was reading a bit of a description. I think maybe it was David Ehrlich's, someone's review about how people don't like Lars von Trier because he says he understands Hitler.
Yes. He was banned from Cannes.
He was banned from Cannes for saying he understands Hitler.
Yeah.
A lot of that going on. Obviously, to casting probably the most iconic Hitler actor there is.
Well,
yeah, there's not many thoughts in Jack's head other than he likes killing people. There's some interesting stuff where he takes his dead bodies. He keeps them all in a freezer.
Okay.
We had some freezer incidents.
It just sounds like fucking Dexter so far.
It's like uninteresting American Psycho.
Yeah, indie Dexter.
Yeah. Matt Dillon's kind of not funny enough.
Again, too straight, too flat to be in something like that.
To sustain a thing where he is primarily the only guy on screen.
That's tough.
There's some fun little stuff where he freezes the bodies and in certain shapes and makes puppets out of them and stuff descends in the end where he basically gets taken by Hitler to hell and there's all these kind of depictions of hell.
No, is it actually Hitler?
No,
okay.
Sorry, by Mr. Actor who plays Hitler.
But the character does not turn out to be Hitler.
No, he doesn't. Well, he might
but it's a deliberate bit of casting, stunt casting.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue around how stuff like the Holocaust is art adjacent.
Yeah,
okay, maybe that's a bit extreme.
No, but I'm sure there's a lot of
the
that
relationship
in
of
films,
you need violence can be great art or something.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds great. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and every review I read of it that was positive on it almost entirely referenced how this sits within Lars von Trier's other work. Yeah. So as an isolated first time viewing of a Lars von Trier
I know people
film.
who love him. I mean, look, Stellan Skarsgård always works with him, loves him.
Yeah.
Bjork attests that he is a monster. So
I've heard terrible things about
things.
Dogville.
Yeah. A lot of people don't care for him. I don't think I'm one of his fans, but
my biggest issue with this is that I was bored.
Well,
unfortunately,
that's a problem with this here.
It is a problem. Yeah.
2015, he starred in a beloved television series that I watched called Wayward Pines.
Okay.
And Wayward Pines was a real piece of shit. Yeah. Wayward Pines was a show executive produced by M. Night Shyamalan, and it was on Fox, and it had quite a stat cast: Matt Dillon, Toby Jones, Juliette Lewis, Melissa Leo, Terrence Howard, his Crash co-star, Carla Gugino. And it is a show in which Matt Dillon wakes up in a small town and he's been in a car crash and he's a Secret Service agent. He goes, "Where am I? Where am I?" They go, "You're in Wayward Pines." Of course. It's all very Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Why can't I contact the outside world?" "Oh, no reason." "Why is there a big wall around the town?" "No reason." The twist of Wayward Pines is that he has actually been put into a coma for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And he has woken up in the future, in the last standing American town, surrounded by a wall. And outside the wall, all of these Gollum creatures live.
Okay.
And every night they try and climb in over the wall to get people. Yeah. And it becomes a show about fighting off golems. It's such a piece of shit. It's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Wayward Pines.
And how soon do they give up the mystery of this?
Episode 3.
And it just descends into
just fighting golems.
Just The Walking Dead
and
type
he
thing,
quit after season 1 and they replaced him with Jason Patrick. It's such a piece of shit. I remember my parents and I kind of we stuck with it for season 1.
Yeah.
Because they're big Matt Dillon fans. I remember.
Also, I don't think he'd be a bad Shyamalan leading man if he needed
he'd be
it.
great. If you imagine him in something like Trap.
Yeah.
Maybe not that specific.
Or Old, maybe.
Yeah, not in that specific role, but he'd do a great Shyamalan role. I just think I remember my funny thing I kept tweeting during the summer of Wayward Pines was, "Go home, Wayward Pines, you're drunk." Anyway, I thought that was funny.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Mickey Rourke hasn't resorted to TV. He's done he's done much worse things. He had a similar kind of coming up as a sexy young guy. I mean, he's in Heaven's Gate, and he's in a lot of like erotic thrillers in increasingly big roles, Body Heat and 9.5 Weeks, which I tried to watch 9.5 Weeks, folks. That film was like too filthy for me. I couldn't get into it. There was just nothing else to it. It was just so sordid.
Yeah.
Angel Heart, very cool movie with De Niro. Alan Parker movie where it's like a detective mystery set in voodoo New Orleans jazz world. He's fun in that. They're doing that now as a show with Zac Efron. Yes, another man who has fucked up his face beyond recognition.
Another young heartthrob
who looks really weird now. Zac Efron.
Yeah, fair play to Matt Dillon. He's remained normal.
Yeah, and now he has like jowls and he's owning it, you know?
Yeah, he's playing Italian guys.
He's playing Italian dads. He's playing fucking Sylvester Stallone's father. Yeah. That's not a good thing. He's in The Rainmaker. His character in The Rainmaker now, I believe, is the character that has been recast as a woman in the TV show and is played by Lana Parrilla. Pradilla, friend of ours that we were just with this evening, working on season 2 of that show.
Oh, very good.
And Christina, of course, was in an episode of it, season 1. He's in Buffalo 66, which everyone will recognize from the Wet Leg reference to watching Buffalo 66 on DVD.
I might have to give Wet Leg another listen now.
You don't need to do that.
They're Matt Dillon fans.
Yeah, Sean Penn puts him in the pledge. So Sean Penn and him were pals for a long time. And they're contemporaries. And then Sean Penn beats him for the Oscar. And then I think in an act of deliberate spite, Mickey Rourke starts walking around wearing a t-shirt with Vladimir Putin's face on it.
Yeah.
And became a big Putin guy. And for the middle of the 2010s, used to go on a lot of political talk shows and be like, I love Vladimir Putin. He's such a cool guy. Blah, blah, blah. Now, apparently, since the invasion of Ukraine, which you folks may have heard about, which happened in 2022, I believe Mickey Rourke has since rescinded his praise for Vladimir Putin and is no longer on his side. And despite having been a Republican who supported George W. Bush, Mickey Rourke also very anti-Trump. Interesting. So he's actually not as bad as you'd think in that sense these days. But he is going on Celebrity Big Brother being homophobic to 20-year-old girls. So not great.
Yeah.
Generally creepy guy. I think there was also he like was being creepy towards the host of the show. He was like doing a bit of the old gropey hands stuff. Seems like a piece of shit. Like
I'm not a guy you want to hang out with.
No, not remotely.
Probably, yeah.
But he basically quits acting and becomes a boxer, which is an interesting little arc to have. And his face doesn't look so good at the end of that run. And I think
that probably more often happens in reverse, where boxers quit to become movie stars.
Exactly, I do think, unfortunately, the boxing kind of fucked up his appearance a little bit, and maybe he didn't look as great as he did before. But I think he also is just really hard to work with, and people don't like him. And even people like Alan Parker were coming out being like, yeah, he's just a ball of negative, angry energy on set. But Tony Scott and Robert Rodriguez, they keep giving him a chance. And in the 2000s, he does make a comeback because he's basically the lead of Sin City. And he's not in Sin City 2. Do you know who replaces him in Sin City 2?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, no. Wait. I'm getting it wrong. Ignore me. He is in Sin City 2. Apologies. It's that Benicio's not in Sin City 2. He's replaced with Josh Brolin. I think I'm right in saying that. I think because Bruce Willis is in Sin City with him.
Yeah.
It's Willis, Rourke. No, I'm wrong. I'm getting all of this wrong. Oh my God, I'm so stupid.
It's so late at night. Our brains are messed up.
Who's not in the second one? Someone's not in the second one, and that person is Benicio.
This is on, yeah.
Benicio is replaced with Josh Brolin in the second one.
Okay,
there
you had it
now
right.
We have it.
Okay.
Right, yeah. But Mickey Rourke is in those movies. He's got fun prosthetics in those movies to look like a comic book character. He has a cool look in them. And then he's in Domino, the Tony Scott movie, which I watched last night, which is about Keira Knightley playing the real-life bounty hunter Domino Harvey, daughter of Lawrence Harvey, the star of The Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah.
Fascinating, but maybe the most interesting person who's ever existed. And this movie is about her becoming a bounty hunter. It's a really garish film. The poster is the color of the movie. Puke green. And it is edited like
from
a Nickelback video.
Yeah.
It's shot like a Nickelback video. It makes Pain and Gain look like Jean Dillman.
It's shot from below the waist.
It's shot from below the waist. It makes you feel like a crazy person. Mickey Rourke's not really doing a whole lot in it. There is one scene where he sits down and explains what IBS is, which I enjoyed.
Okay.
But then Christopher Walken and Mina Suvari show up as like sleazy TV producers, and the movie comes to life. It ends with all the actors just being billed by their first name. And then it finishes on the real domino, because that's what it's building to, right? It's building to just domino. So it goes Mickey, Kira, domino. Has a really cool shot of the real domino that they shot for the film. Yeah. And then it fades to black and it goes, in loving memory of Domino Harvey. And I Googled it. She died 3 months before the movie came out.
No way.
Really sad. Of like a drug overdose.
Sorry, is she a villain? Or is she just like an interesting person?
She's an interesting person.
Okay.
I don't know. She's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Could you argue that everyone she was bounty hunting was like probably a dodgy person?
Yeah, she's just kind of a private law enforcement. Yeah, like they're not...
I don't know. I can't remember if she kills any innocent people in the film or not. I'll be honest. I was on my phone for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Mickey Rourke then, of course... Well, sorry. Before The Wrestler, we do have to mention he's in Stormbreaker, a film I've seen about 10 times. He plays Darius Sale, the billionaire tech innovator. I don't know why he's in that. I guess he was just affordable at the time. Post Wrestler, cashes in his check, does Iron Man 2, where he's a very fun character called Ivan Vanko.
Sam Rockwell
is also in that. They're the two villains.
He is, yeah.
They work together.
Yes.
Have you seen that film?
Bits and pieces.
Such
He
a
has like
blast.
the fucking electric chains.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, he's so sick. He plays Whiplash. He has these like electrical chains that electrocute people. He also gets Sam Rockwell kidnaps him and brings him to an airport hangar.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want my bird. Give me my bird. He has a pet bird. And Sam Rockwell goes, man, I'll get you your bird. I'll get you your bird. And they have this whole thing with the bird.
Oh, that sounds horrendous.
Do you know who wrote that film? Justin Theroux.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
That sounds like some Thunderbolts nonsense.
Nope, it's great. It's great
but
movie.
Yeah, I know. It was early.
He's in the Expendables movies. I don't know why he was considered an action star, but I guess Stallone liked him. I wanted to give him work. He's in Immortals, and then we're into shit, just junk. And he doesn't make any more real movies. I mean, he really doesn't. I mean, he works with Roman Polanski on The Palace. Otherwise, fake movies, and has not made a real movie since... I guess
probably just spends more time in Bulgaria than the average man.
Yes, exactly. I don't think he's made a single real movie since Sin City 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on The Masked Singer, and he unmasked himself early because he got too hot. He's just bad at everything. He just cannot do the job he's hired to do. He's so useless. I can say this now because I've left my job. We got an email at work about 2 years ago from a guy who runs another film organization in Ireland, saying that he was bringing Mickey Rourke to Limerick to do an event.
Yes.
And he wanted us to partner with him on it. And by the time we were going to get back to that email to even discuss it, that had fallen apart. But there was a brief moment where I thought I might meet Mickey Rourke in Limerick.
Yeah.
This was before the Big Brother thing.
Jesus.
I can't imagine Mickey Rourke does anything now unless he's getting paid a lot of money. So he's not going to come and do an event for the crack. There was a GoFundMe started 6 months ago to pay for his grocery bills because apparently he has like zero money.
Oh Jesus!
Like he has no cash.
Right.
Good enough for him. Like,
where's it going? Where's
child support, alimony, just paying off people he's been a dickhead to over the years.
Yeah.
He's probably like pulled out of projects and had to pay huge penalties. Okay. Thankfully, no children. 5'11" for a boxer. I guess boxers can be small.
Boxers coming whole.
Sorry, Mickey Rourke is way older than Matt Dillon. Mickey Rourke is 73.
Matt Dillon is 64.
Yeah, okay, he's like 10 years older than him. He's from Schenectady.
Yeah,
it's a cool place to be from. Schenectady. Schenectady is the movie.
Yeah.
Schenectady is the place.
Okay, are they both in New York?
Schenectady is not a real place. It's a movie.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes,
but
okay.
it's
Letterboxd Top 4 game.
Yeah.
You'll never guess who's put this film in the Letterboxd Top 4. Well, it's none other than Cartoon Saloon CEO Paul Young. A lovely man based out of
my favorite.
Based out of Kilkenny.
Yeah.
A lovely figure in the Irish animation world. This is his Letterboxd Top 4.
Class.
Rumblefish. Next up. It is a very famous, obvious movie that is in a lot of Letterboxd Top 4. Probably one of the most Letterboxd Top 4 movies of like cool people.
Yeah.
Cool
people means a lot of things.
People who go to Trinity College and have Letterboxd accounts.
Okay. This isn't just like Pulp Fiction.
No, it's better than Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I saw the director. It's a 5-star movie. I saw the director of this film do an event in the last year. It is the name of a Lana Del Rey song.
Oh.
You have not seen it. It was recently a massive sticker on the floor of the IFI with one of the greatest actors ever, his giant face.
Harry Dean Stanton?
Yep.
Paris, Texas?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Next up, it is Jonathan Pryce's most famous leading role.
Two Popes.
Yeah, an 80s movie.
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
No, an 80s kind of psychedelic sci-fi trippy movie directed by a Monty Python associate. Named after the greatest country in the world. Robert De Niro also in this film.
The greatest country in the world.
Greatest country in the world. The movie is Brazil.
Oh, Brazil, yeah.
And then his fourth of his favorite films. This is an interesting choice. This is a film I've never seen in which I believe Nicolas Cage plays an intellectually disabled man.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if he hadn't done that once in his
Gonna
career.
have to tell you the name of this movie because I don't think you've ever heard of it. It is. Okay, I'll give you one clue. It shares the name of the singer of the song "Skinny Love."
Birdie.
Birdie is the name of the movie.
Birdie's the name of the
Yeah,
movie.
not Bye Bye Birdie, just Birdie.
Just Birdie.
So that was Paul Young's top 4.
Interesting.
Paul Young, a very nice man that I have met and is very nice, and had photo of him on the wall of the office.
Double
in my
Cage.
job. Box office for the year 1983.
Pull it up here now. Sorry, does the numbers work or we're doing the
No, do
We're
the
doing the
year.
year.
Just do the year.
1983.
I will quickly just run through Coppola. I want to say my top Coppolas, you might say. So Coppola is a funny one because obviously Francis Ford Coppola very famously directed between 3 and 4 of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah.
My favorite Francis Ford Coppola film is Finian's Rainbow because I'm a fucking weirdo. And Finian's Rainbow is very special to me. It is, of course, a great Fred Astaire musical. Would have talked about it on our Funny Face episode.
Yes. Yeah, we did.
Coppola made it before he made his big passion projects. I think it's one of the most incredible movie musicals of all time. I can't definitively argue it is better than The Godfather or Godfather Part 2, Apocalypse Now, but it is very special to me. Godfather Part 2, I think, is his next best film. I think then Apocalypse Now and then the first Godfather. I'm definitely less hot on the first Godfather than I am Apocalypse Now. Then I'm putting Rumblefish and then The Conversation, which is fantastic. Yeah. Peggy Sue Got Married is great. Dracula is great. His segment of New York Stories is great. And then we're down into kind of the mid-tier. Sorry, I meant to say, Coppola also directed The Rainmaker. He put Mickey Rourke in there. The Outsiders, One from the Heart, Rainmaker. And then you're down to Jack, Godfather 3, Captain EO, and then Tucker and Megalopolis, I think, are quite poor. 17 of his movies I've seen. I do need to watch, like, the newer ones. There's one with Elle Fanning. There's one with Alden Ehrenreich. One with Vincent Gallo. Anyway. Box office.
Yeah. Big franchise.
So this is 83 is Return of the Jedi?
It is indeed.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Not a film I care for.
Sure.
Full of little furry creatures. Ewoks. You wouldn't care
Have
for
you seen
them.
that one?
No. There's no way you would like a single thing about it.
Fair enough.
It's really bad.
All right. Next up. Ooh, a director, I think we didn't discuss him. We discussed him in our personal lives, not on the podcast
Today.
No, like
We discussed them in our personal lives, but not today. What does that mean? We talk about everything.
We were like watching something else of his.
I don't know. I need a clue.
This is the director of Ella McKay.
Oh, okay. So this is Terms of Endearment?
Terms of Endearment.
Best Picture winner that year.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Need to get around to it.
So, Best Picture winner and second highest grossing film.
A lot of mid-40s gay men try to convince me that Deborah Winger is one of the great actresses alive, and I've simply seen minimal evidence of it outside of her great performance in Kajillionaire.
Yeah.
So I must go back and check her out in that because I'm very open to the idea that she's amazing when she was younger. But she is great in Kajillionaire.
Next up, it's a film you've not seen. It hasn't really got actors I know.
Okay.
It's not a film I've heard of, and it's not by a director I know.
What the fuck? It is a big hit.
Yeah.
What's the tagline?
Something happens when she hears the music. It's her freedom. It's her fire. It's her life.
Wow, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
Star?
Starring Jennifer Beals.
What the? Oh, it's Flashdance.
Flashdance. You were Flashdance?
Yeah. What a feeling.
Oh, is that what
What
that's
a
from?
feeling. That song is called Flashdance bracket. What a feeling.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Huh. Right. Next up. Gotta type this one in because I don't know this one either. I'm not the...
Flashdance.
Oh,
Footloose
sorry. Yeah, of course.
fame.
We got a couple of funny guys here.
Oh, good. Ha ha ha.
A couple of funny guys. This is a boy party.
Cool.
Where two guys swap lives.
Trading places.
I was going to say they trade lives. Where two guys trade
That
places.
is a boy party that we will never cover. Partially because we've done Eddie Murphy. Partially because I don't care about Dan Aykroyd. And partially because the director is a child murderer.
Oh, John Landis. Yes.
No, thank you.
John Landis.
Fuck John Landis.
Fuck John Landis.
We'll talk about Woody Allen. We'll talk about Roman Polanski. We will never talk about John Landis. We'll talk about Bryan Singer. We'll talk
Have
about...
we done a Polanski?
Yeah, Carnage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I forgot about
The
that.
film they had to shoot in Paris because he's not allowed to leave France.
Yeah. They could have shot that in any country he's allowed.
Yes. Israel.
Yeah.
I would like to think that Kate Winslet and John C. Reilly would not make a film in Israel, but I don't know.
They'd make a film with Roman Polanski, so you never know.
You never know.
Okay.
In any such cases.
We got a Superman 3. I don't want to talk about Superman 3.
Fuck that.
Fuck
I don't care.
We got... What's the Bond here of the year?
For Your Eyes Only?
Nope. It shares its name with a restaurant in Hoth.
The Doghouse.
No.
A restaurant in Hoth?
Yeah.
Octopussy.
Octopussy.
There's a restaurant called Octopussy in Hoth.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Seafood restaurant.
Octopussy. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Not really top of my watch list, that Octopussy picture.
I was just... This is a very convenient one to pop up because I thought he was in one of the other ones.
Okay.
But he wasn't. You are going to see this man on Wednesday night.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and he was the lead of this film.
Roderick. Is it Ferris
Roderick.
Bueller's Day Off?
Nope.
Is it War Games?
It is War Games.
Those are the only two films he's ever been the lead of.
Yeah.
Great. I'm seeing Matthew Broderick on Wednesday night in the Abbey Theatre before he goes to film the new Kenneth Lonergan picture, which, based on the law of averages, will probably be one of the greatest films ever made. Mm-hmm. Based on the fact that the other three are all
Pretty good.
amazing films. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I think we got a bit of
We're
a...
done. No, one more.
Should we do one more? This one's boring. I thought this would be more interesting. I'm just going to say the name of it because I don't think it's worth guessing. It's a Clint Eastwood film directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood's holding a gun and looking seriously. This is Sudden Impact.
I haven't seen that one.
I've seen this one. And then number 10 is Mr. Mom.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Does he play a mom?
What if that movie is literally just, what if a man did the laundry? What if the dad did the washing? The whole film is just... Is Annie McDowell the wife, or is that Multiplicity?
Terry Gare.
Oh, yeah. Multiplicity is where he multiplies himself into multiples, and Annie McDowell plays his wife. And on the poster, she's looking a little suspicious of his behavior. Anyway.
God, he has a full head of hair.
I know he went downhill fast for poor Mike. All right, enough of this. The episode's due out in 59 minutes.
Yeah.
Takes me that long to edit it. Don't be joking.
Can we spend an hour talking about the comparisons between this and Green Street Hooligans?
Oh, you do your Green Street Hooligans thing.
Yeah, I was just like, this is very similar in that it's about boys fighting and there's kind of an older brother who's out of the game who comes back to bring peace between the gangs. The unique perspective in this on Green Street Hooligans, obviously, is that Elijah Wood is a little American who's involved in everything and keeping an eye on things, which I guess loops us back around to my point that we opened the show on of we're seeing everything through Matt Dillon's eyes.
Yes.
And not through the kind of third external
This is true.
person kind
Whereas
of
in Green Street
calling
we
out
are.
the ridiculousness of everything.
I think I think it's better to just buy into things.
Yeah, fair
to
enough.
just take it seriously on its own.
Green Street Hooligans does have a very prominent morality to it,
which is just insufferable. Yeah.
but it's also insane because I think the morality
pro hooliganism.
It's pro violence. Yeah. It's like you can learn a lot by fighting with your boys.
Yeah, and just get shit out of your system.
Yeah,
what a
it
stupid
teaches you.
What a stupid film.
Yeah.
We didn't actually discuss the very end of this film, which is when the motorcycle boy is obsessed with letting the fish back into the sea.
Oh God, yeah.
And he wants to steal them from the pet shop.
Yeah.
And they're being followed into the pet shop by the cop, But eventually they go back to the pet store,
Yeah.
and Rourke sets the fish loose. Rusty James fails to convince him to return to gang life. As the motorcycle boy asks him to take his cycle to the Pacific and hurries to a nearby river to drop the fighting fish, he is shot dead by a patrolling Patterson. Rusty James takes the fish and finishing carries them to the river.
Such a tragic way to go. Like, just this kind of dying because you have a bit of a fondness towards an animal.
Yes, exactly.
Is like,
no, it's heartbreaking. I think this film is really beautiful. I don't know. I've really connected to it now the 2 times I've watched it, and I think I'd watch it a 3rd time like today, happily. I don't know. I just find it really like, it's short, but it's so atmospheric, and it really draws me in. And I'm just like, and I love every time Diane Lane pops up. I love every time Cage pops up, and the Dennis Hopper scenes are beautiful, and I just think it's shot like there's some scenes in this where like Nicolas Cage is sitting down and Dylan's shadow is like hovering over him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is the coolest shot of Nicolas Cage I've ever seen in a film.
Yeah.
Like if I was making a Nicolas Cage lifetime tribute montage, I would have like 20 shots from Rumblefish in there.
Yeah.
Like it has some of the most amazing cinematography I've ever seen. Have to shout out the DOP, Stephen Burham, but also the music for this film was composed by Stuart Copeland, who you may not know is the drummer from The Police.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And if you listen back to that score, you'll recognize a little bit of policey sounding music. This film budget was $10 million and it only made $2.4 million. And Coppola went back to making stuff people wanted to see. Only joking. No, he didn't.
Only joking. Only joking.
Silly nonsense for the rest of his career, and still does so. That's what you get to do when you make The Godfather.
You couldn't get Matt Dillon back from Megalopolis.
You'd think, but I think Matt Dillon is too serious to be in a film that silly. Everyone in Megalopolis is doing a Hunger Games performance.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon would be, hey man, I'm in the Megalopolis. Mickey Rourke, however, could do his Iron Man 2 performance.
Yeah.
It would be pretty sick in Megalopolis.
Just give him the whips. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.
Swim, fishy, swim. We'll be back next week. We may as well say it now, discussing, I've picked for us. We're doing Challengers next.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, do we have a guest?
No.
No. I thought we very specifically were retaining that one for a guest.
No.
No, I guess not.
No. I want to do it while Zendaya is top of mind. I watched a bad Disney Channel movie specifically.
Oh, I saw.
Challengers.
All right.
I think it's a fun one. An easy one. Sign up to our newsletter.
It means I have to watch Challengers a 3rd time.
Well, we can skim it. Okay. Sign up to our newsletter. You'll find the link on Instagram. I'm writing some musings about Rumblefish this week to complement this episode.
Do you like the name?
Rumblefish. Yeah. Well, I do think the name may have contributed to me not watching this for many years.
I think so.
But now that I've seen it, I like it. But I didn't.
The combination of
fighting and
the
fish.
name
Yeah.
and the image of Matt Dillon on the poster with the headband
made
me think this was like a Street Fighter video game thing.
It did. Me too. I felt that way for years.
Yeah.
And I did not believe people who said it was good.
Yeah.
Like my father, Katie Brady, big fan of this film.
Okay.
Anyway, sign up to our newsletter and
never judge a film by its title and poster.
No, and we'll be back next week talking Challengers and then more stuff to come. See you all soon. Visit boypartypod.com. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.